So much to talk about today. I feel like that if I sit here and talk just to myself, that it's wasting everybody's time. And also, I want to say, let's talk about this right now. Time out, time out. I cannot believe that there is so much Kiss stuff going on in the world. And yes, I just threw an Easter egg in, and I won't talk about that Easter egg, but I will say today we're going to talk about that man Andrew's new movie today on Podcast Rock City Live. What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City. And with me this week, the man, the myth, the legend, Joey Casada.
Welcome to the number one rated Kiss podcast in all of the universe. We are rated number one across all lands, and I'm sorry. I know we traded in one moron for another tonight, but this is who we're stuck with. We got no Pooney, but we got this goofy bastard right here, right above me.
Right there. Look, playing the role of Sonny Pooney today to aggravate Joey Casada. Right there will be Andrew Scambati. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's always a great time to aggravate Casada, and that's one of my favorite things to do, of all time. Listen, in all seriousness, because I know we go back and forth quite a bit, but I'm 40 years old now. I've known Joey since I was 16 years old, and he actually is one of my really near and dear friends, and he has been for a really long time. So my mother loved him, so he's a good guy in my book.
I absolutely adored your mom. You know that. I always liked her way better than you.
Everyone did.
I was always the son she wanted.
That's probably true. But enough about that. Enough about all that nonsense. But here we are. So listen, thanks so much for having me back on the show. I really, really appreciate you guys having me, and for Joey for tolerating me. I wish Pooney was here, and I always miss Lee, because Lee's another one of my close friends.
We are going to, for you guys that don't know, we are going to take a look and talk about Andrew's new Kiss documentary that's coming out. And what's it called, Andrew?
It is called From Tokyo to You, and you can see it literally everywhere in the galaxy. All the places that Podcast Rock City are rated number one, you're going to be able to see this movie on YouTube November the 11th.
Yes. And I will tell you that okay, wait, we'll get to that. That's the topic of the week. We have to talk about the news. So let's go ahead and get to the news.
Podcast Rock City News.
So, some really cool stuff going on right now. It is amazing to be a Kiss fan, because there's all kinds of stuff happening right now. I guess is it over now? What's going on in Detroit? I think it ended today, right?
Ends tonight, and it's not in Detroit. It's the 50th anniversary of Kiss playing Cadillac, Michigan.
Yes.
I believe tonight is the final Mr. Speed concert there. There was a sold-out show there last night, and they added a second night due to incredible demand. So I believe tonight is the last night of all the festivities.
So there's so literally they released a video. I watched it when they released it. Andrew was there. Mm-hmm. We had a conversation. So basically, the DJ, who was 19 years old when Kiss played in Cadillac, he filmed a couple of the songs that they played in the gymnasium, which apparently, according to a lot of people that were watching, that's where Gene learned the word gymnasium, and it also was said like 5 times in a row. It was funny, but because I always say gym. What about you guys?
Of course, if you it's a gym, not a gymnasium. He just
Yeah,
wants to
gymnasium.
sound
So
smarter than he
anyway,
is.
so the kid that was 19 now I think is either 69 or 70 years old, but he has all I'm going to tell you is watch it. It was great. Okay. He had a handheld video camera, which was like he said it was Super 8, right?
Super 8, that's correct.
Super 8?
There was actual sound on this, but because of where he was, ended up being, murky and blown out. So he actually dubbed in Kiss Alive.
I
so
thought it wasn't
hear
too
Kiss Alive
bad.
in some Cadillac. So listen, the guy did a great job. He's clearly an industry professional. He did a fantastic job. And it was cool to get, the tip of the hat at a Kiss event. So, go watch this on YouTube. It's awesome.
Yes, and I will have the link for you guys on our Facebook page if you guys want to go and watch it. It's like less than 30 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that less than 30 minutes?
I think it's 26 minutes is what the actual thing is. But here's the thing. It's not like it moves well. So definitely check it out. And he shows every single frame of footage that he shot. So it's cool stuff.
I mean, like there are all right, look, I don't want to sound like a homer, which I am, but like I will tell you that thinking about what I did this past week, both with that Cadillac video, being able to see that live when it happened, and it was me and Lee and Andrew. We were able to get together and watch Andrew's new movie, which we are going to talk about. I literally have chills as a Kiss fan. It is exciting to be a Kiss fan. Don't make fun of me, Andrew. I see you. I see you. I'm not even kidding. The video footage that I saw this week that I know only, okay, so there was 250 people online at one point watching the Michigan thing. It's over 10,000 now. Okay. We watched it.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. We watched it when it first came out. Andrew's thing, I don't know how many people he's shown that video to, but I will tell you, I know how many, 5 people, and I'm one of them. And I will tell you guys, Andrew, for all you guys that are watching, watch this. Andrew, when people want to watch it, what's it going to cost them?
$0.
$0.
$0. You just sit back and enjoy, turn off everything else, all the noise, everything, and just enjoy, being a Kiss fan again. That's what this is about.
And I promise you, we're going to get even more into this in just a few minutes. Joey, have you seen the Detroit thing yet?
Cadillac.
No, I haven't gotten it's Cadillac, Joe. Andrew
I keep saying that.
Is a bigger nerd than you, and he will
keep
correcting
saying
you.
that.
I'm
sorry.
No, Cadillac. I haven't gotten a chance, but it is so cool. Listen, there's nothing Kiss fans want more, I think, than video footage, right? Whether it be brand new video footage, repackaged footage. Just we love, it's the most visual band in the world, and they're so video deprived over the last 30 years. It's disgusting. And as much as I make fun of him and he looks like a goofy idiot, Andrew does great work. And obviously this Cadillac thing I'm sure is awesome too. But Andrew does spectacular work, all the stuff he does. I haven't gotten a chance to watch his video yet either. I'm actually going to the premiere. What's the premiere date again, Andrew?
And we'll get to that a little bit later on, but if you want to see it early, the world premiere is November 8th in New Jersey at Smod Castle Cinemas in Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey. This is not open to the public, but if you send me a message, I'll see if I can get you in. This is something that's going to be so cool because I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan, and I'm screening this at his theater. It's absolutely free. It's not open to the public, so if you want to go, get at me. I'll see if there's a spot. And I know I checked a couple weeks ago, and it was completely sold out a couple weeks ago just for cast, crew, and friends. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'll definitely be at that. That's right near my house. I live right over there, so that's going to be super cool. I want to wait as much as I really want to see it. I want to wait to see it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Kind of live in the moment there. So I'm looking forward to it. It's just a great listen. Kiss is gone, right? They're retired. But it's always a great time to be a Kiss fan. There's new stuff coming out, maybe some box sets. We got some new videos, maybe some new books in the work. We got a new big announcement tonight. Neil is going to be Neil from Kiss Cancer Goodbye, partnering up with Kiss Army Spain. Big announcement live tonight on Facebook, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check it out. I'll be live with Neil, and then Joe and I will be back here. Right, Joe? Right after that, we're going to be back on around 9:15. 9:20 to kind of talk about that announcement. So lots of fun stuff happening.
So let me tell you guys what's going to happen. So there's going to be an announcement at 9:00. At 8:50, I'm going live again. All you people that are here, come and hang out. We're going to watch it together. And Joey's busy. He's going to be hanging out with Neil at that point. Then once that's over, I'm going to talk about it, and Joey's going to come back and join us. And then you guys can ask all the questions you would like. Also, there was one thing I want to address with you guys. Kenneth Butler, I don't want you to think that you don't matter, because you do. It says, excuse me, what's exciting? No Alive box set, Gene and Ace health issues. So what's happening? All right, man, you're right. So one thing is that right now we don't know what's going on with Ace. We do know that Gene had a car accident and he's doing okay. All I know, and basically it's the same thing as everybody, is that what's his name? I'm sorry, the DJ, what's his face?
Eddie Trunk.
Eddie Trunk, thank you. Eddie Trunk said that he says he talked to Ace and he knows what's happened. He said it's not a stroke, and that he's not going to say anything. Ace and his family will. So
I mean, here's the thing. At the end of the day, the family wants to make any decision they can, whether to talk about it or not talk about it. And I think at this point, we just need to respect that they're doing what they feel is best for them, what's best for Ace. And when, I think at this point in time, we should take no news as good news. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Ace has never been out on social media. I mean, let's not forget, before Ace came back for Anomaly, he was MIA for probably close to a decade at that point. So, or was it? I mean, maybe it was 5 years. Regardless, he's never been a front runner being in social media. So I think we just need to take this time to, respect that and just hope that no news is good news. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. So that all being, so I just wanted to make sure, I didn't ignore your comment. I don't have a producer tonight, so getting your guys' comments up, we see them, but it's harder for me to get them up there. But that was very important. Thank you for bringing it up. I just want to make sure, that we address it. Obviously, Shannon said she doesn't want Gene driving anymore. I saw.
She didn't want him driving in the first place. I mean, let's remember how bad he was during Family Jewels.
Yes, it was so bad. He breaks down. And
I just think, obviously with these health scares with the two of them, it's just more of a reason why they should be doing this victory lap the right way. It's time, whatever hatchets, bury everything. Guys, everyone should be celebrating. Stop all the bickering and all that crap. I know Kiss Vegas is coming up. I don't know what's exactly happening there. I know Gene and Paul will be there. We know Tommy Thayer will be there. We have no word of Peter. We have no word of Ace. We have no word of anything. Whatever it is, whatever it takes before something bad happens to any of the original four, everyone's got to just enjoy what Kiss was. They should be celebrating it, doing their victory lap, and that's that.
Yeah.
We can celebrate something cool tonight.
Yes, it's absolutely true. And we're going to actually, thanks for that lead in there, Andrew. I appreciate it. Well, let's go ahead and get to the topic of the week.
Podcast Rock City Topic of the Week.
So here's the here's the thing. I want you guys to get an idea of the hard work that Andrew did, and then we're going to talk about I don't want a lot of spoilers. You know what I mean?
Well, I think we could talk about it without spoiling it. I mean, we obviously know here's the biggest thing. There is footage in this that you will not see anywhere else. Oh, hey, that's the trailer. Look at that.
Yeah.
I wish someone would have made a trailer for this movie so you can kind of see what's going on. You want to play that?
Yeah, I'm on top of it. I'm ready to go. Let's say you guys sit back, enjoy this, and then, we're going to tell you as much about it as we possibly can. Here we go.
How you doing, Tokyo? Is everybody ready for a
They are not a rock and roll band in Japan. Their images are everywhere.
You heard about the fanaticism for the music. You heard about people waiting at the airports and at the hotels.
Live in Japan on HBO is really what kicked it off for me.
The whole story was Kiss.
I didn't realize I was recording something special.
It sounded so good. Peter's drums sounded so good.
That Japan show became one of the most iconic Kiss concerts.
I'd just like to say I'm very happy to be in Japan, and we're looking forward to the concerts.
We're back, baby!
So there you go. Okay, so just in the trailer, I will tell you guys, you saw footage that has never been released.
That is correct.
Correct?
There is footage in this film that nobody has ever seen anywhere else. And it was procured in a legal way from the legal owner.
Yes. And I will tell you that there's audio that you've never heard in this thing either.
That is also true, which
That
was
is
also
also-
procured in a legal way from the legal owner. So I mean, this, I mean, here's the thing. I've been reading the comments. There's been so many great people saying that they like other things that I've done. This is so unlike anything that I've ever done before. This isn't me just cobbling together footage from other videos and other things. And these were original 28 original interviews that I conducted since February of this year, and audio of stuff that you've never seen before, and video of stuff that you've never seen before. And it tells a story not only of Kiss in Japan in 1977, but it tells the story on how this live record that was recorded in Japan, forgotten about, how that actually got into hands of the fans in the mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
So,
so Joey,
you tell people a little bit about. I don't think everyone is that. For the people who aren't that familiar with what that is, the Tokyo stuff that was on HBO when it was aired. Tell people a little bit about that backstory. I think a lot of people don't know about that.
well, I think would be great if someone did a documentary on that stuff and would tell you exactly what.
he's
Kiss
tooting his own horn. It's like worse than Poonie.
So Kiss performed in Japan in 1977, and there's a television station out there called NHK that recorded their show. Not only that, Eddie Kramer was brought along to record a Japanese live album, and this was going to be an album probably for Japan, or it might have well could have been come out along the rest of the world as Cheap Tricks at Budokan did. So they recorded this album. For whatever reason, it was shelved. And then somehow, some way, which you'll hear the first-hand story from the people that actually did this, how this unreleased live record, which it was mixed, mastered, and ready to go, how that was in the vaults for 20 years and how it got out to the fandom.
Yes, and I will tell you that the stories are just great. I did not have a clue that there was a store in Japan that did nothing but Kiss.
That's true. That is 100% true. So you hear about how Kiss influenced Japanese culture, or maybe how Japanese culture influenced Kiss, but it was a marriage made in heaven. And the cool thing about this movie is it's not just the 77 tour, but there's a little bit of history between 75 and 77 and how this marriage of Kiss in Japan started and why this tour, was so important. And here's the other thing too, like Kiss brought along a ton of press, and that press basically pushed this Japanese tour to publications worldwide. So you've seen a lot of these Japanese images before, and this was probably the most popular Kiss tour at that time because so many people had seen it. And not only that, we get this great show that many of us saw on HBO in 1979, and then it was released on the Kissology box set in 2006. So this story tells the history of how the fans got this concert in their collections. So there was stuff that I didn't even know as I was researching this.
So let me tell you. All right. So of course we have people, you watch the video and you can see faces that you recognize. There are going to be some that you don't, that you may not know. There were a few people there, girls that were actually at the concert, correct?
Yeah, that is true. There are 2 Japanese fans that actually saw Kiss at the Budokan in 1977, and they talk about how it was seeing the show, and they also talk about, what the cultural significance was at the time, because they were like, hey, I went to school and I couldn't tell my classmates that I was going to see Kiss because the teachers didn't like Kiss. So you hear firsthand on what it was like growing up as a Kiss fan in 1977.
Andrew, do you go into why that album was never released? What happened? Is there a story behind it? Do we know?
Well, so here's what we do know. We do know that it was shelved. Now, I have actual written documentation as to when it was shelved. People think that it was shelved in favor of Love Gun. That's not the story. It was still being mixed after Love Gun was released. And those stories are actually in the documentary. Unfortunately, I was never able to get to a conclusion as to why it was never shelved, but it was shelved. And some of the material actually ended up in other releases. And you'll get to see that in this documentary. So there's some mind-blowing moments in the documentary. You're like, I had no idea that happened.
Okay, now I want to make sure,
again, especially for something back then, it's not common that a record company is going to go to that length, send the producer to Japan with this band, obviously with recording equipment, whether it's rented there, sent over with them, however it is. It's not like today where everything's digital. It's so easy. It's a big production to record a live show like this, whether it's one night, 2 nights, whatever it's going to be, then have it mixed, then have it mastered. You're talking about a lot of steps that the record company went through for this, to have it never necessarily come out as an official live album, whether it was going to be Kiss Live at Budokan, whether Love Gun wind up coming out and they're like, wait, we want more material for a live 2 before we do that. Whatever the conclusion was, it's pretty crazy that they went and spent that much money on something to never see the light of day.
Yeah, and what's even crazier is there were actual ads in Music Life magazine that I show in the documentary that were advertising this album, saying, "Hey, this is coming," and then it never came.
Did they say what it was going to be called or anything? What did they say?
A rock and roll party in Tokyo with Kiss.
Huh.
So that's what it's going to be called. So I have an actual advertisement that says, "Hey, this is coming." Kiss took the tapes back to New York and they're going to mix and whatever. So it's coming. And then maybe a couple months later, I have another advertisement that says, "Hey, we're sorry that this album has been delayed." So it was coming.
Interesting.
It was coming. So it's, being a Kiss fan, it was so interesting to find that stuff out.
Absolutely. And I will tell you, as being one of 5 people to have seen this, I will tell you that I don't know how to express myself on this. The things that are released, the things that are unveiled, maybe to some of you may not be that big of a deal, but to me, it's huge. It actually throws a wrench into the engine that I always thought was like smoothly running.
Interesting.
There's a wrench that gets thrown in there, and you go, "Wait, what? What? It's time out."
Yeah,
Andrew explains it very well.
Yeah, there's things that I found out that happened in the band's history that I didn't know about before starting this documentary. The funny thing is every time I try to do these, I've done different documentaries in the past, and as I mentioned before, this is something totally different than anything I've ever done before. This is all original content, all original interviews that were done by me. And anytime I do anything like this, there's a sense of doubt. They're like, "Man, is it going to be good? Is it going to suck?" Blah, blah. I don't even know. So as I mentioned, I wrote the original script for this in February of this year. Wrote exactly what I wanted to do, what I wanted to show, and who I wanted to interview, and all that stuff. And then, I started working on it, did some interviews. I got a tepid response at best from some people, and so I didn't realize it was April this year, and I've been working it for 2 months, and I'm like, man, I don't know if this is gonna work, and if it does work, it's gonna be good, and blah blah. Well, I went to Kiss Monster Mini Golf, and anybody that's been there, there's a museum of Gene stuff, there's the Monster Mini Golf, and there's like a gift shop. And in the gift shop, they were selling the Kistery book. And I walk up to see what's being sold, and the Kistery book was opened up to the Japan 77 tour pages. So I look over and I see that was there, and I was like, you know what? I needed to see this, because that means I was meant to see that, and it was meant to inspire me to continue to do this documentary. And you'll get to see, you'll get to see it on November 11th. If you're lucky, you'll get to see it November 8th with Joey and I in New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Now here's something, you guys, when you get a chance to see it, and when I watch it again, because I will watch this again, it'll actually be completely finished. I saw it where it was mostly finished. What would you say, 80%?
Yeah, probably like 80% finished. So Joe and Lee and the other 3 people that saw it, they saw a version where there's no titles. I mean, since they've seen it, titles have been added, because I'm literally working on this thing every single day. It's consumed my life since February. So it's a lot more complete now than what Joe saw, and that was only a week ago. So
what's the runtime, Andrew?
Runtime is 88 minutes.
Perfect.
88 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So are we? So I don't know. Do you want to have? I don't think we have, because everything's kind of popping right now, and I want to make sure that do we want to say where you got some of the footage from, or do you want to wait until?
Well,
no, it's fine.
Let's keep that a mystery for right now.
Okay.
But yes, I know there was a naysayer in the comments earlier that I was like, there's unseen footage, and the guy was like, please. This is footage you've never seen before.
Never.
It came from the person that shot it, and I've been given their explicit permission to use it in this documentary. And
yes,
it's something that's so cool. It's not, I mean, it's not incredibly long, because I mean, also take into consideration too, when you're filming stuff, when you weren't like, Universal Pictures at the time, you're using just a little 8mm camera. You only have a couple minutes of footage. So, but there is something in here that you've never seen before, that you always wanted to see. It's in this documentary.
It is. And so if you have seen it, I don't know how. That's all I can say. I was watching this video, and I was going, I can say this. I think I can say this. I've seen a couple still pictures that kind of remind me of the video footage. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen a still picture here and there and then when I was watching the video, I was like, aha, I know this. I know this time right here.
Right.
And it does tell the whole story, man. It's like some of you guys have been commenting on there about how Kiss got off the plane in makeup and then had to go back on the plane. That's all told in here. And by people who were actually
that were
there with them while they did it, and that makes it so much fun.
So not only are there going to be like contemporary, I guess I call them celebrities, contemporary celebrities at the time, Eddie Trunk, John Five, Charlie Benante from Anthrax, but you have people that were with Kiss at the time. Chris Lent, who was their accountant, who toured with them. Lydia Chris was interviewed for this as well, and Ace and Paul's guitar tech, Barry Acom, he's interviewed this as well. Dennis Wallach is interviewed with this as well. And they go over, what their experiences were at that time as it was happening. So there was a huge revelation of it, because Dennis Wallach was the guy that designed all the Kiss albums from Kiss Alive all the way down to Crazy Nights. He actually did a really great series of videos with an artist called Claudio Bergman, who's actually in this documentary as well. And he kind of goes over what he did. He had mentioned to me that he never even designed anything for this Japanese live album. So that kind of paints a picture. You're like, okay, well, maybe it was only going to be for Japan. So it definitely paints a picture like, hey, what was happening, with this album? To answer the question of a guy that's in the chat, yes, Lydia Chris was interviewed for this. And yes. Sean David, I do not play in a Kiss tribute band. I used to, not anymore. So.
Okay, so how did you get hooked up with this movie theater?
Well, I was actually supposed to screen something at this theater. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. And I just kept in contact with the guys. And I guess it's Jersey Boy helping out Jersey Boy. You know, this theater is in Atlantic Highlands. It's owned by Kevin Smith, the director and writer of Clerks, Mallrats, Dogma, ton of my favorite movies. So I kept in touch with him. And, you know, this is going to be something that's really cool to be able to turn everything off and watch Kiss. A lot of the people that are going to be there are people that used to go to all the old Kiss conventions in the 90s. And it's going to be something so cool to see people that I haven't seen in probably 20 years. So I'm just as excited for that as to see, you know, the movie on a big screen, because I'm excited about that. I saw another filmmaker in the chat too, and he had said to me that there's no greater joy than seeing your work on a big screen like that in the theater. So, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe, you got any questions? I know you do.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's hard for me to dive deep in because I don't want to ask questions and give stuff away that's coming in the movie. So it's a little bit hard, but it's a fascinating time period for Kiss. You know what I mean? It's that, first of all, Kiss in Tokyo, of course, is super mysterious. It's like changed their course of history. You know, it was a match made in heaven, I think. And, you know, that time period, even though it's documented, you would think it's more heavily documented how big it was. And it's really not, especially video wise. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, I'll say this over and over and over again. The Kiss camp has dropped the ball so much over the years by not going into you could hire a goofy bastard like Andrew, and he could build docs on every little tiny time period that happened in their history, where we would just soak it up as Kiss fans. And there's so much detail, whether it's the Tokyo tour, whether it's the last makeup show in Rio, whether there's so many different little tiny aspects of history that you could dive into with these types of docs that Kiss fans would just eat it alive. You hire a guy like Andrew, you put out a Kiss streaming service, you put one of these out every 6, 7, 8 months, whatever it's going to be, and Kiss fans would be just drooling at the mouth for all this footage, for new inside info. Even like, listen, I'm one of the biggest Kiss nerds on the planet. I don't know. I don't even remember. Like, I was too young. I don't remember this thing coming out on HBO. Andrew asked me, hey, did you watch this? I'm like, dude, I was fucking 3 years old, whatever I was. I couldn't have seen this live on HBO.
It's funny to me because there were people that said the same thing that Joey did. They were like, I had no idea. But then there were other people that were like, dude, that's why I'm a Kiss fan. John Humphrey, the drummer of Seether, and he's been on a lot of the Kiss collecting podcasts. That was his entry into Kiss fandom, was seeing Kiss live in Japan on HBO. Did you know that the Live in Japan show, it played in theaters in Canada, in Australia?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. And when you're watching this, well, it's like that was one of the mind-blowing things. I didn't have cable.
Me either.
When this came out, I didn't get cable until the movie Zapped was out, because that was the first movie I watched with Scott Baio and Heather Thomas. Oh, Heather Thomas.
Oh, Jesus.
Uh-oh, what time is it?
Anyway,
it's a great movie. Willie Ames, hey, Captain Bible. I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm watching this and I'm going, I wished I'd had my mom. I had seen Kiss by the time this came out. I was little and my neighbor took me. But I wished I'd have had cable, because my mom would have told me, come and watch this, but we didn't. And I'm going to tell you right now that I'm guessing, and I lived in a big city and we didn't have cable, so I'm guessing more people didn't see it than did.
Now, Andrew, a lot of stuff, like things like this, where something like HBO was involved back then, is it all tied up in legal rights with like an HBO company? That's why Kiss they never even talk about it over the years. They've never even talked about, I don't remember one interview later on where they were like, yeah, remember we did this HBO thing, and you know, you don't even hear about it. Like the Animalized Live Uncensored, obviously it comes out on VHS. It's on MTV. That everyone knows that, right? But this Kiss HBO thing you would think this is the height of Kiss almost, right? So it's a full concert in makeup airing on HBO, and now you're telling me even in theaters. How is this not more well known?
I think they were just ahead of their time a little bit, and HBO was just in its infancy at the time, and they were just looking for stuff to fill the air, and this was one of the things that they had. It didn't air in 77. It didn't air in the United States until 1979. So the decline of Kiss in 1979 was probably also why that this was not as more known as it is. So
without giving too much away, so when they film this, so they don't necessarily know this is an HBO film. Who's filming this?
So NHK, which is basically like the BBC for Japan, they're the ones that actually film this. So, we have other concerts that are shot like from in-house footage and, just for the big screens, like, Houston's and Largo's. But this was actually shot because they were going to show it. Now, NHK was showing rock concerts all the time at this time. So bands would play the Budokan, NHK would film it, and then they would show it. So they ended up showing the Kiss concert. Now, Gene says that he saw the concert and says NHK could air it twice, and then the ownership would revert back to Kiss. Now, it did air twice in 1977, but it also aired in 2004, which was mind-blowing at the time.
Where? In Japan? In
Japan on NHK. So, but again, this ultimately ended up showing up on Kissology Volume 1. And that's Kiss basically released it.
So again, in my brain, if it aired in 2004, there was probably a 25-year rights thing to it. And
possibly.
Then they got the rights back, or something reverted back to them after 25 years, and they were able to do it again, right?
I actually found the 2004 airing, not just the concert, but there was like a pre-show thing where they talked about the history of Kiss, and it was all in Japanese. Now, they said that the tape was lost, is what they said. Could that be true? Could that be false? Who knows? But they said the tape was lost, and then they were showing it now. Could have it been a rights thing? Possibly. Sure. But remember, too, Kiss was coming back to Japan in 2004 for the Rock the Nation tour. So perhaps it was all done, in tandem. Who knows? But there's a lot of information in the documentary that goes over when this aired. A lot of advertisements that I never saw. This was actually in Rolling Stone magazine, where it says HBO has got the music, and it shows Kiss right on there in 1979.
Yeah. I actually went online to try to purchase the HBO guide that you show in the video. And I found one guy, and he was sold out of it. Because I was like, man, I didn't even have, that's something that I would like to have in my collection. I have the TV guide when Kiss meets the Phantom.
Got that.
Okay. So listen, before we move on, Andrew, because obviously you're here for the whole hour, I want to talk about something else.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to make sure people know?
I just want to make sure. Yeah, I want to make sure that everybody knows November 11th, the movie comes out. You're going to be able to see it on YouTube. My website, andrewscambati.com. You'll be able to see it there. Joe sometimes spells my name with a C. It's not. It's SG.
I did it with a G this time. I'm so sorry.
But it's all good.
Scambati sounds much, much better.
Yeah, so it'll be on my website. But if you want to come to the world premiere, which is going to be November 8th at Smod Castle Cinemas in Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey, send me a message. I'll see if there's any seats up. This is, I can't stress enough, this is not open to the public. You can't just show up there and expect to get in. But if you are one of the people that does get into the show, you are going to get one of these awesome posters. These are not for sale. I will not sell them, ship them, anything. So you got to be there on November the 8th to get one of these awesome posters. This is just my gift to you, and my gift to you guys spending a little much of your time. So Joe, you'll have one of these, and I'm assuming
if you show up and there's no seats left, I could be talked out of mine for the right price. So just come see me.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna go ahead and do this off thing right now. The other day I was thinking to myself, God, I cannot believe Andrew has never said anything to me even one time when I've spelled his name wrong on my thing. And then today he did. Today,
because it was spelled right. It was spelled right on the actual the title, but then if you look at the written matter, it was spelled wrong in the written matter.
I'm just going fast. I'm not paying attention.
No,
Hey,
it's okay.
just
So,
having
but
fun.
anyway, AndrewScambati.com. Oh, and one more thing I want to mention, because I forgot to mention this before. Someone mentioned that this is going to be on Blu-ray, it's going to be on DVD. Unfortunately, because it's unofficial, it will not be distributed that way. However, my website is launching a brand new version on November 11th that's going to be truly interactive. You're going to be able to go to the website, you're going to be able to see deleted scenes, you're going to be able to see pictures that you never have seen before, documents you've never seen before, director's commentaries. So the website is going to be your interactive DVD in absence of an actual physical DVD. So go there. It'll be out the same day as the movie comes out on November 11th. So if you want to see the world premiere at Atlantic Highlands Smiley Cinemas, that's November 8th. Make sure you send me a message about that. And then it comes out for everyone else on November the 11th.
And it's going to be, you guys are going to love it. And I really did enjoy it. I'm not blowing smoke. I'm being straight with you guys. It was a lot of fun to watch, and it flows. An hour and a half goes by. It doesn't feel like an hour and a half. It kind of goes by fast because there's so much happening, and you're hearing the stories. And Julian Gill is in it. Our friend from FAQ. I think he's here.
He's here tonight. Yeah, Julian Gill.
Yeah,
What's up,
he's
Julian?
here watching, and it was great to see him in there as well. Anyway, okay, so November the 11th, it's gonna happen, and you guys are gonna be able to enjoy it. One other thing, I want to make sure that we talk about this, because this was something else that happened, and this was released. You guys see that? Joey, have you seen this?
I saw a clip of it, but I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing.
All right, so let's go ahead and watch this together, guys.
This is something we never played before in Detroit. I know you want to rock and roll all night, party every day. This is
all right. So for those of you that are wondering what this is all about, we just got a little bit of time before we get the big announcement. Joey, what do you think it is? It's the website where the video.
That's the Alive box set, I'm assuming, right? Everyone is waiting for it.
Pish posh.
You know, it's got to be coming.
Let me just pose a question to all the faithful out there.
Watch where we're going with this.
Let me just pose it. I'm just posing a question. Because listen, I have no inside information. I see everything, and you hear rumors about what is, what isn't happening. You guys realize that Cobalt Hall 75 was just a date on the Dress to Kill tour, right? You guys realize that, right? So
right. That's
why I think this is a Dress to Kill box set. That's why I think that.
Interesting. I see. And now I think it's Alive, just like Joey, but I think Andrew could be right too. Both things people are waiting on, but we're going to find out.
I got no inside info. I have literally no inside info. But again, that's just when I saw that, I go, oh, that's cool. Because, listen, the Cobalt Hall 75 show went down in infamy because it was attributed to being the recording of Kiss Live. We know years later that it was recorded other places. The articles that Kiss Online just released a couple months ago, or a month ago rather, Eddie Kramer said that there was something with Wildwood that really was good, and a lot of Alive came from there. So that's why I think because they're showing Detroit, I think this could be Dress to Kill. That's why I think that.
The reason why I think it's Alive, I think if it's a Dress to Kill box set, I think the promo is just different. I think when you think Alive, you're thinking obviously the live, you're seeing a live audience, you're hearing Rock and Roll All Night live. It would be a very weird way to promote Dress to Kill.
True.
If you're going to promote a Dress to Kill box set with any unreleased tracks or anything, some kind of footage of the album cover being shot or something like that, just seems more logical to me.
Yeah, you could be right. There's a comment here that I know the answer to. This guy Jeff Down is up. So what Kiss has been doing for the last couple of releases is you sign up for access and you get access to purchase it one day early. So you sign to be a Kiss Army member and you get pre-sale access to it. So I believe that 10/16 is the date. If you're part of the Kiss Army, you get access to it on 10/16.
Right. And so if you're not a member of the Kiss Army, then you just have to wait till the next day.
And that's this Thursday. That's this coming Thursday.
That's correct.
Yes. I love everybody's picking on me. Chuck, anything for my baby is going to sound great. I hate that song, just so you know.
Oh, I love that song.
Oh my God. What is it with you people?
That whole Dress to Kill album just sounds
anything for my baby. I'm going to get a copyright strike now because I sang it just as bad as they do.
It's so cool. I love that song.
I was hoping when they played that song live right there, they were going to kick into Anything for My Baby. Not Rock and Roll All Night.
It's the same. It was a little slower Rock and Roll Night.
Yeah. All right. So listen, there's a lot happening tonight. I want to make sure that you guys follow along. There's 105 of you watching right now, and I'm going to ask you, please hit the like button right now. Go ahead. Just there's a thumbs up or whatever. Hit that right now for us. What that does is that that takes our video and it pushes it out there so people can see it. And it's a big help. Last week, there was, by the time we went off the air, there was about 80 likes. Let's see if we can get 100 when we go off the air. Also, there's a join button right there. It's $1 or $4.99. $1.
Hey, so as we were talking today, I got congratulations. I was gifted free 1 month for Podcast Rock City. I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh,
yeah.
That's pretty funny that Andrew was. I don't pick them. It just automatically sends them out there. So that means 4 more of you guys got a free 1 month gift to the after school program is what we call it. It's $1 and 99 cents. It's not even. So this is what we do. We take that money and we buy stuff to give away on the show to KISS fans that are in that group. There, we also use it to kind of pay the bills. It's no joke. It's expensive to have this stuff.
Rumor has it that Sonny dips into it for snacks too. I'm not sure if that's true. Is this true, Joe?
We caught him doing something. I don't know.
I thought it was the official fund for the walking around pork. That's what I thought it was.
Oh. I mean, that's beautiful.
That was a deep cut right there. That's a deep cut in that conversation. So if you join, as soon as we get done here, we're going to do a private show. We go.
And, wait, here's the thing. Here's why you should sign up today. I'm going to show something in the private show that you've never seen before. And perhaps we'll see how to get it after that. So again, they invited me to this private show after. I'm going to show something that's never seen before. So make sure you join if you want to see that.
Okay. Have I seen it?
You have.
Okay.
You have.
I'm all about it. So AJ White says he can never find these buttons. There should be a join button, right? If you're watching on YouTube, there should be a button that says join right below the thing. Anyway, so we're going to leave here and go and do that. Then this is important. At 8:50, I'm coming back live. You guys all can come live. You guys, yeah, that's how I do it. You guys, Joey, you were late, but it's okay. You guys can all come and hang out. We're going to watch this announcement. And yes, finally, this is the announcement that I've been talking about for 2 weeks. And it got postponed because it started off smaller and it got bigger. And it's huge now, at least to me, in my opinion, which doesn't really matter a whole lot. But it does. It's much bigger now. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And so we'll watch that together when they make the announcement. And then Joey will be able to come and hang out. And we're going to just talk with Joey about everything that he got to watch and that we watched together. And it's going to be great. So do not don't
go anywhere.
Yeah, hang out.
Again, the announcement will be 9:00 Eastern time live on the Creatures Fest Facebook page. So if you go to facebook.com, check out Creatures Fest. That's where Neil Davis and myself will be live on there to make this KISS Vegas announcement. I think it's pretty cool. I think it definitely adds to the weekend. It's going to be a real fun event, possibly being added to Vegas. So tune in at 9 to hear the cool announcement. And then shortly after that, I'll be back live on with Joe to take some questions. And I'd love to hear some comments and stuff like that about the announcement.
Okay. I need to do something real quick. Give me a second. And I wanted to make sure that this is done correctly here. Okay, so there are a few people here that are saying they can't find the button to join. I don't know if it's the same on everybody's browser. I'm going to go ahead and show you where it is on mine. So if you look right here, can you see this, Joey?
Yep.
See right there, it says join. You click that, it says join this channel, get access to membership perks. There's a couple of different ones. There's the PRC after school special, and then there's the Thursday night bonus hour. What that is everything from the PRC after school special that you get for $1. Plus, we're going to be doing an extra show, our show a month, where we just get together and hang out, and it'll be just for the people. So far we have 10 people or more on there, and you guys will all be able to come and hang out. It's basically a private show. All right, so that Andrew, thanks, man. You're going to come and hang out with us in the after show.
Yep.
And all you guys that have, oh look, he did the thumbs up. You're on an Apple device. That's how
yes,
I know.
I'm on a iMac. Yeah,
I know there's a way to make it rain too. I don't know how to do that.
like this.
Yep. And even if you look on your phone, so here's my phone. On there, it says the same thing right next to the name Podcast Rock City. It literally has a join button that is kind of highlighted. I know it's hard to see, but that highlighted button right next to the logo says join on it. You can just click it.
Yes.
You see that,
Creepy,
AJ? You should be able to see that if you're on your phone.
You're right. You're right. And now I guess it's pretty much the same. Okay. So, all right. So that's pretty much it. We'll see you guys over there. Andrew, do you have anything to add?
No, just thank you so much for having me here. Thank you. I've been on the show so many times. You guys have always been so great. The listeners, the watchers, they've been so awesome. I'm so appreciative of that. And I hope to see you all on November 11th.
Yes, we're gonna. It's gonna be amazing. Joey, you got anything to add?
I got another little quick thing. I know a lot of announcements tonight. This is a brief one, and I would love to do almost a whole show next week on it, Joe. Andrew's part of this too, even though he's late, and I'm gonna kick his ass if he doesn't get me his edits.
I'm very sorry.
I did get my first preview copy of my new book. No one's ever even seen the cover or heard what it's about. There it is. It's all about the Kiss drummers. That's the first release of the cover. It's called Kiss Drummers, the heartbeat of the hottest band in the world. It's going to go into depth coverage of all the drummers, their back history, all the gear they've ever used. There's tons and tons of never before seen documents in here from Eric Carr's family, from Peter Chris's family, stuff, Eric Carr's resume from when he first joined Kiss and tried to get the job, to Ludwig contracts and Pearl contracts and all this stuff that you've never seen before. It's a history like you've never seen the band through the drummer's eyes. It's called Kiss Drummers. It's going to be available on Amazon in about a week or 10 days. I'm just, like I said, this is my first proof. I'm just got to look through it to make sure it all looks really good. I'm going to hit print, and it usually takes about 10 days after that. I will give you guys the full release date sometime this week.
Absolutely. Okay, so very exciting about look at what it is.
It's actually really great.
Fan.
I've read about half of it. I was supposed to read the whole thing, but I've just been editing my brains out. But Joey does great work. I was a big fan of his first book, and then I know he's released several books since then. I'm sorry I haven't kept up. I know this is going to be just as good as the other ones, and the first one is still my favorite. I don't know what it is about it, but I'm definitely going to be picking up this one as well.
It's very personal, that first book.
Yeah, I love that first one.
It's very personal. I've said this before. My son, for those of you who don't know, my son, Jace, is autistic, and he is, he hyper focuses on things just like a lot of other autistic kids do. And at the time when he started listening, he was listening to Joey reading it. And at the time I was driving him to school. I think it was his junior year. And it became, Dad, do not play any more of this until I get back in the car. And then when he had the opportunity, it was do a report on a book of a real person. And if you could get an interview with that person, it's bonus points. Damn.
Was it with Joey?
Jace,
oh, no.
He was all about it.
Oh, no.
Excuse me, I got dry there. He was all about it. My son hyper focused on that first book. We were in April. We were driving back from Florida, and he listened to probably 4 hours of it just to finish it just on the drive, all by himself. And that was that's how I knew it was. I mean, I had heard it and read it before, but that's how I knew it was a really personal thing because my son really got into it. So.
If you guys haven't, obviously, if you haven't read that book, it's called Start with the Dream, A Drummer's Journey from Rock and Roll to TV to Broadway. It's available on Amazon right now. You can get it as an audiobook. You can just go on YouTube. The audiobook is now free on YouTube. Just check it out. It's my life. It's my history, why I'm a drummer. It's a big part of KISS is in that book. It's the reason who I am today. So check out that too.
So the KISS is to blame. So I got it now.
It's basically okay. So you know what I'm going to say. We love KISS and we love KISS podcasts, all but two of them. Two of them I just don't like, and it's fine. And you're going to hear for commercial. You know what? I say that every time. But if you're watching this, well, look at that, Anton. Ooh, if you're watching this video, you're not going to hear the commercials for the ones that we love. I only put them on the audio thing. Although, if I could get a few of my friends from, let's say, FAQ and the KISS Room and a few others to make a video, I would put it on. This way it would run at the end. But of course, I have to beg. I'm going to beg right now. Please make me a video. All right. That's it, man. We love KISS and we love KISS podcasts, and you're going to hear the commercials for all the ones that we love. We'll meet you in the after school special. I'm out of here, and they're out of here. In 3, 2, 1, peace.